Yo guys, Spiderbot here. We're back on Die Rise, and this was released a few days ago. It's a new entry in Max's diary, entry number 10, study number 0804. I want to talk about it a little bit, and not just about the entry and what I think it relates to, but also we're going to get into some details and some interesting things that we're theorizing on Die Rise. So, the diary entry reads, though our matter transference tests at the new site have been largely unsuccessful, the teleporter's malfunction has nonetheless yielded some interesting data. The fact that the test subjects departed their point of origin is undeniable. What is uncertain is what became of them. Dr. Richtofen is insistent in his belief that they have been transported not through space, but through time. In the absence of empirical evidence, I myself cannot entertain such madness. I fear that the good doctor's increasing irrationality may soon prove a liability to our endeavors. Now, we believe this entry goes back to when Dr. Maxis and Dr. Richtofen were working together at Der Riese. They were working on transport technology, they were working on Element 115, they were working on wonder weaponry and mass producing them. The first time we came across transporters in Call of Duty Zombies was on Der Riese, and then in future maps such as Kino, we saw the teleporters once again. Now, obviously, they did get the teleporter devices to work. Otherwise, they wouldn't. When we went to Der Riese, we wouldn't have been able to teleport, right? So this goes back prior to that point in time when we were on Der Riese while they were working on these. Okay, so what does this have to do with what we're doing now in Black Ops 2, in Transit, and in Die Rise? Well, let's go back to Transit and the time frame that we think Transit was set in. Now, there has been speculation and talk about Transit being in the 50s, 60s, 70s, or 80s. Well, someone actually tweeted me an image, and I think it's off of COD Elite. I think it's off the mobile app for COD Elite, and it's Transit bus stop. All right, and check out the date and time. So this image reads December 31st, 1969, 7:24 p.m. Bus stop Transit. That fits into what our expected time frame of Transit was. The core, the intro music when you start up Transit, I mean, everything that you look at, aside from a few things, obviously the power station, Teddy the bus driver, I mean, it looks like there is some definitely advanced technology involved, but that is the same going back to World at War Zombies. I mean, we have the ray gun, we have teleporters, we have, we have the shit that really is out of place in that time frame, and the same goes for sort of the power station and the Avogadro and the mechanical bus driver, right? But let's just say that 1969 time frame does definitely appear to fit in with what we see here on Transit. Now, as far as it being New Year's Eve, I don't know what kind of correlation we have with that, and I haven't really thought about it, but that's not really the important detail that we're getting to here. So let's start taking a look at Die Rise. So we know from the opening cutscene, the solo cutscene on Die Rise, that our group of characters has been transported, and it appears as though Richtofen has been responsible for that transport, even though, with the Easter eggs that we're supporting, we're looking at both sides. We're looking at Maxis, we're looking at Richtofen. Going back to Max's diary, my thought is that Richtofen, even behind Dr. Maxis's back, had been pursuing this concept with the teleporters of not only transportation in space, but also in time. It was obvious that Dr. Maxis was refuting that possibility, so I can only imagine and put this concept in my mind that, again, Richtofen had been going behind his back and pursuing the technology on his own. Okay, so we transported to this series of buildings, or two buildings, on Die Rise. And we know we're in China, so obviously we've been transported in space. Well, what about time? Well, take a look, and right from the original poster, the GameStop EB Games posters that they had for Die Rise before the DLC came out, you know that, I mean, we're looking at sort of futuristic. If we compare it with Transit and compare, I mean, even just as the military zombies we got and the buildings in the background from that poster image, we knew that this was going to be either present or in the future. And if we take a look around at the map on Die Rise, and specifically in the spawn area, spawn building on the second floor down where the PDW 57 is, near the elevator, we have this poster. So it appears it's just advertising for either a store or a brand name of lipstick called Flower Blossom. But if you look at the very bottom, since 1996. Obviously, we're in the future. Obviously, it's going to be several years after 1996. I mean, it's not going to be 1997 and, you know, they put an ad on the building saying, well, since 1996, it's only been a year. Yeah, woohoo. You know, typically people will put since a certain year if it's been a significant number of years after that time. So I think we're looking in and around probably beyond our present time, probably beyond 2013, maybe even sometime in the future. Not exactly sure what the time frame is. Beyond that, like whether it's 2013, 2025, 2036, whatever, there may be somebody that could get an image on the Elite app on their phone, again detailing the specific date and time. I haven't seen it though. And I think that's why they updated that diary entry for Maxis. Now, it was obvious even before then, and I had been doing some research, and I'm going to cover this in part 2, because there are some additional things, some additional interesting things and theories that I have about Die Rise. May blow your mind, may not, who knows. But it was pretty damn obvious that there is a change in the time frame. Not only have they gone from Green Run to Die Rise through space, they've also traveled through time. And we have the effects of the missiles from the moon covering the Earth. Things are destroyed. We have the zombies, whatever. But again, we're looking at a futuristic time frame here. That's all I have for now. Listen, stay tuned for part 2 tomorrow. Again, there are some specific things we're going to look at on this map, and something that goes way beyond what I think is simple space and time travel. So it'll be interesting. So stay tuned tomorrow. We'll have that. And that's it for now. Keep going. Keep slaying those zombies and Die Rise, guys. Got to get those zombie kill numbers up. They should have a global zombies killed counter. Don't you think? Come on, Treyarch. Let's add that into the game. I'm Spider and I'm out.